What's up guys? I'm super excited to have you here. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can work with influencers and brand ambassadors and how you can accomplish that in both free methods and also paid. The reason why you might want to use influencers as part of your marketing strategy for your business is because if you're trying to grow online on social media, you already know how difficult it can be to establish a community and a following online. And so by working with influencers, you are borrowing the trust they already have with their community and you're using it to generate sales for your brand. Now, there are benefits to doing paid brand endorsements and also doing free brand endorsements. So I'm going to tell you how you can go about doing both of these in order to get maximum results and work within whatever budget you currently have that makes sense for your business. Now, if you are an established business, the best way to start working with influencers is actually to go through your follower list and find people who would be willing to endorse your product in exchange for a percentage off their product or service or some sort of benefit that's going to help them. And you can negotiate the terms on whether this is a free promotion or a paid one. It can really depend on what makes sense for you and your business and whatever product or service you sell. New businesses have a bit of a harder time with this in the fact that you likely don't have a following that you can go through and ask people to endorse your business for you. So instead, what you need to do is actually approach people manually, and this is a lot more work than going through your followers. And basically, you will want to offer them some sort of freebie or trial or a good discount, something that's of high value. Because they don't know you, they don't know if they're a fan of your business or your product or your service yet. So you need to prove that to them. And that's why it's a little bit more difficult for new businesses to get started with this. But keep in mind that most of your competition isn't going to want to put in the work to do this. So that's a huge strength and benefit for you and a factor that you have going in your favor. If you're looking for brand ambassadors and influencers to work with, you want to make sure that your offers, if you're doing a cold outreach to them, is incredibly low risk on their part. So for example, you can send them free product or do free trials. This isn't going to work for every single business. So something I did for my jewelry store business, because you obviously can't do, free trials or free samples with that. What I would do is I would have them pay for it at a reduced cost. I would offer free shipping, and my only stipulation was if you don't like it, then just send it back to me. I will cover all of the expenses and all the return fees if you don't like it. And if they did really like it, then it wasn't really a loss on their end because they got a discounted price, they had free shipping included. Really and truly, they were just a happy customer. This is also a smart sales strategy. It's called a foot in the door strategy. And basically that means that once somebody has something in their possession, they're much less likely to want to give that up. So when you do free samples or free trials, or you give them the benefit of their product or service, they're less likely to want to give that up unless they genuinely just aren't satisfied with the product or service. And you can use that as feedback to either improve or understand that maybe that just wasn't the right solution for that particular person. If you're offering something like a free sample to cold prospects, it's very easy to get free marketing through that and free influencer endorsement. And what I mean by this is, for example, I have a client and they give away free pet food samples. And people who were satisfied with the pet food samples would actually record their pets eating the food, and then they would send the videos back to my clients, and they were able to create social proof on their social media accounts by reposting and sharing that content on their own posts. So this created the perception that a lot of people were enjoying the food, whether they had become customers or not yet. And it was also free marketing for my client because they were sharing those posts on their own social media. So this is a really great example on how you can get free influencer and brand ambassador endorsement. Now, it's important to mention that if somebody is promoting your product or service on their own social media for you and you didn't ask them to do it, it was simply something that they were really passionate about and they felt called to share for you, you want to make sure you're rewarding those customers because those are going to be the most profitable people in your business. So don't take that for granted and make sure that you're acknowledging that they did that for you. Make sure that you're offering maybe a discounted price or something like that to make sure that they know that you appreciate their efforts, and in turn they're likely to continue to do this for you. And the more people you have doing that for you over time can really quadruple your sales. I want to point out that influencers who are bringing you tangible sales are worth a heck of a lot more than the ones who aren't. It's very common for people to see somebody's following size and automatically assume that that is going to be a revenue generating influencer for you. However, influence is very tied to the community and the strength of the community and the trust that's been built between the influencer and that said community. So if the community is not your target audience, or if that influencer has lots of followers but not a very strong community, then that person really isn't worth much to you in terms of sales. And I find that the smaller the community and the more niche the influencer, the higher your sales tend to be. So don't feel the need to find influencers that have 80,000 followers, because someone with 1,000 followers and a very tight-knit community that's in your target audience is going to be much more profitable for you, and it's less expensive for you as well. Now, when you're first growing your business and getting started with influencer marketing, your main goal is to find genuine fans of your product or service and reward them for marketing your product or service for you, and really focus on strengthening that relationship. However, when you're first starting out, those are usually unpaid for the influencer, and so you have less control. And that's something to keep in mind, is that that person can post whatever type of videos they want, they can say whatever they want about your product or service. Whereas when you switch over to paid influencers, you have a lot more say and control over how that product or service or endorsement looks, and how the branding is, and what's said, what can be included, what can't be included. You have a lot more control because you're paying for that endorsement. Something that can work well for both influencers and businesses is actually using commission links. So that way you're tracking how many products or services that person is actually directly selling. Because once again, we want to be rewarding the people that are bringing you tangible sales. The people who have a large following and post all the time but don't really have a strong community, they're really not worth your time, and they're worth a lot less to your business than I think a lot of people realize. I hope this video helps you. You can check out my video on how to sell in the DMs in order to get tips on how to script and approach influencers to work with them. I think that will help you out a lot if you're just getting started. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Before you go, I want to invite you to my private Facebook group, where you will be able to get access to free, highly valuable 1 to 2 hour workshops on your most requested marketing topics, including the 9 most crucial aspects of a marketing plan, how to conduct target market research surveys to perfect your marketing messaging, and how to create social media content fast and efficiently by using social media post templates, and how to schedule your captions and hashtags in free softwares like Airtable and Later. You will learn what types of content perform best for your business and how to approach your marketing even if you're in a small niche business. You will learn 4 complete methods of selling online, including how to run ads effectively and how to set up retargeting for your ads, and which call to actions bring the most sales. You will also learn how to sell directly through Instagram's DMs and how to sell with Facebook groups. You will also discover how your business can use the power of email marketing to increase your reviews and referrals. And all of this will be covered over the course of 5 weeks, plus monthly meetups where you can choose the topics you want to learn more about. Click the description box below to sign up, and I hope to see you there.